This is the real Tom Rose, and we're dealing with a pretty unusual ACT question here. Now, part of the reason why it's unusual is because one of the answer choices is omit the underlined portion. Now, if we're going to completely omit the underlined portion, what that would mean is grammar is not an issue here. In order to omit the underlined portion, that only makes sense in the context of the paragraph and the passage as a whole. So that's not a grammar issue. So you may want to first evaluate that. Is this underlined sentence useful to the passage? And when you read along, what you'll see is that the top half is dealing with lookalikes between two types of cacti, right? The New World and the euphorbias of Africa, right? And the bottom half of the paragraph is talking about differentiating between the cacti and other succulents. It talks about other morphological features of the cactus, etc., and tests you can use. Now, this part is where it talks about how expensive it is to travel to Africa. That doesn't add any information to the logical flow of this passage. So if we omit that sentence, we're totally fine. So that's going to be your correct answer. That's the best choice. These other three options, some of which are just totally wrong. So Madagascar can be rather reasonable or astronomical. That doesn't make sense. The original doesn't make sense for the same reason. We have a reasonable or unreasonable. You want to show that you want to use synonyms if you're going to speak like that. And even if they were synonyms, it would still be fairly redundant. Then you've got this third one. It is quite an expensive undertaking to visit Africa. That's the only one that kind of makes sense from a meaning standpoint. But again, that is inferior to the idea of just omitting the entire thing. So let's get rid of that.